Hi, Jake Pippin with Sloan Implements / Sloan Express today. We're going to be talking about the Fasse valve that we offer through Sloan Express. If you don't know what that is, what it's for is if you have one remote or one SCV on your tractor, you can plug this into that remote and it will split it off into two separate ones. Used a lot on the older equipment, which we do have a kit behind me that is for the older series tractors. This one's for the newer series. They're going to work pretty much the same way. Same valve block, 12 volt solenoids. You're switching the cab and the outlets and everything. But we'll go ahead and get started and take a look at what the box comes with. You have your color-coded hose covers and plugs. Our wiring to go to our battery to draw our 12 volts to operate the solenoid. We have our switch to be able to switch which SCV we want to use on the valve block, different fittings, and our valve block itself. Now we'll go ahead and open it up and kind of show everything in here and show a little bit on how to put it together. The two solenoids on top are going to be what control which outlet it's coming out of. And then on the back, this is where we're going to plug in on the tractor side. So these two here, I want to point out, these may be a little hard to see, but they're eccentric. So if you need to, depending on the spacing on your plug-ins, on your outlets on the tractor, you can plug this into here, you can turn it, and it's going to move it either a little closer to each other, or a little further apart, so you can actually get it plugged in to your SCV. So you got these male-to-male fittings. They will screw into your ports. On the outlet side, you're going to put the couplers that look just like what's on your tractor already. Do that 4 times over on the front, and then on the back side, you'll use the same ones. Or, like I said, if you need to, the eccentric ones, if you need to be able to get a little bit further away from each other, depending on where your remotes are set up on your tractor. So this part you may want to wait until you get out, look at the tractor, see where it's going to have to go to be able to line up. And then you just got the ends, screw on there. Everything's O-ring, so no need for thread tape or anything like that. So that's pretty well how you're going to go about putting together the valve block. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple to do. Now we got our wiring for our switch. So the way this is going to work, these two plugs are going to come down and plug onto your solenoids. You're going to draw your 12 volt power. It's going to hook up here to the black and the red. And then so depending on which SCV on the valve block you want to operate, you'll flip it either back, use your lever that's inside the cab, operate whichever function you need to do, whether it's folding or whatever on a bat wing or on a baler or whatever. Flip it back the other way, and that switches to your other SCV on the valve block. Like I said, it's all pretty straightforward. They do work pretty good. We've used them on several planters that are going on older tractors to be able to run the markers. They work up to 20 gallons per minute, so very functional. If you got a newer tractor, I know a lot of the 5Es come with one remote on them. This is a cheaper alternative to get 2 remotes without having to do a field installation kit through Deere. That's everything that's in the kit. Now, some additional things that you may need on some of them, depending on if your remotes on the tractor are straight across from each other or one on top of the other, is this elbow kit. And what that's going to do is allow you to turn the valve block to where it's oriented with the solenoids facing up. It doesn't have to be, but it's just something to keep it a little bit neater on the back side of your tractor, or making it a little bit easier hooking up. So we got our Fasse valve. We're ready to go ahead and install it on our 5020 here. We'll just kind of line it up, and I don't have anything tight, so I'm able to still turn the eccentrics. get everything to where I need to be, slide it in, make sure I'm good. And then once you get that, you have to pull it back off, tighten your eccentrics so you have everything tight. For what we're doing, that's gonna work just fine. One side note I wanna mention on here, since we're not doing an actual installation on here, I went ahead and left them off. But when you go to put your dust covers on, you will need to put them on before screwing and tighten down your barrels. Otherwise, you ain't gonna be able to get the slip over that. Now that we got that installed, we're ready to go ahead and plug in our switch box. The switch box has two connectors down here. And they will just slide in. And we have our red and black. This is going to go to our power supply, whether that's through a convenience outlet or if you run it down to the battery to get power from there. Your switch box, you can mount wherever you need to in the cab. Again, it's got 3 positions, 1, neutral, and 2. Each one of those are going to light up to let you know which section which section of your valve is functioning at that time. And once you get that installed, you're all done. You just flip this over to say number 2. Say that's my pickup on my baler. I switch it to number 2. I operate my SCV like normal. Then when I want to go back to raise my gate, I just switch it to number 1, and then I just use my SCV just the same as always. So that completes our installation of the Fasse valve on the 5020. If you have any questions or interest in this, visit our website, sloanex.com.